Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. You're highly welcome to this YouTube channel. I'm Magical Blessing, and in this channel we inspire young minds, break limiting beliefs, and overcome life challenges. So in my today's video, I'll be talking about my scariest wilderness experience ever. So I'll be sharing my story, my wilderness experience after I left my parents for Philippines. I'll be sharing my story because I felt like there are lots of moral lessons we can get from this story, or we can learn from this story. And this particular topic is quite lengthy one, and I'll be sharing them in episodes. So in today's video, I'll be sharing the very first episode of this wilderness experience, and in my subsequent videos, I'll be sharing the rest of the episodes. So I know that you will learn one or two things. I know you will get one or two moral lessons from my story. I assure you that. And if you're interested in knowing more about my wilderness experience, kindly stay tuned and keep watching. I'd like to start by explaining to us what wilderness experience is all about, because I know that a lot of people, or most people, might not really understand what wilderness experience is. I'll be explaining from my own personal perspective. So wilderness experience for me is the darkest period of one's life, is the painful period of one's life, or is the darkest moment of one's life. I'm this kind of child that is very much attached to the parents. I'm super attached to my parents. I'm this person that cannot sleep over in people's house. I can't stay away from my parents for a whole 24 hours. I can't go for a camping program that will take me for days. Even if I go for that camping program or youth camping program, then I come back home to sleep, just to be around my parents. I feel secure, safe around my parents. And this thing became so serious that I called my parents one day. I told them that when it's time for me to go to the university, I'll look for a university that is closer to my house. So I'll be going from my house to the school. I wouldn't want to lodge in the school. I wouldn't want to live in the school hostel. I told them that I will be going from home. It was that serious. I was that attached to my parents. After my high school, it was time for me to go to the university. So one day my dad came back home and was talking about traveling out to Philippines to go study. I was thinking it was joke, because it was just sounding like joke. How would that even be, considering the fact that I don't like staying away from my parents? And my dad was saying that. When he was saying that, I didn't say a word. I was just looking at him. I was just thinking within me. I was just thinking, how would this even be? Somebody that don't like staying away from the parents, how would the person travel out all the way from Nigeria to Philippines? It's not even within Nigeria, but outside of Nigeria. So I couldn't say a word when he was saying that, or when he said that to me. That news alone became a burden to my heart, that I embarked on fasting and prayer. And if you ask me what I was praying for, my prayer points were really funny. And anytime I tell my friends what I was praying for or what I prayed for, they end up laughing at me. But my prayer point was, Father, give me the heart to leave my parents. Just give me that heart. If you let me, I can't do it. It's something I cannot do, but give me the heart to leave my parents. That was my prayer point. That was how we began the process of traveling out from Nigeria to Philippines. So on the very day I'll be leaving Nigeria, my mom came to my room. She carried a Bible, and she came to me and told me that she even wanted to worsen my condition that very morning, because what she did to me that morning was like worsening my situation. So when she brought the Bible, she carried the Bible and gave to me, and she told me that now I'm leaving, and this place I'm going, I should remember that my parents are not there. My mom is not there. My dad is not there. My siblings are not there. It's only me and God. I should just know that God is my father, God is my mother, and whatsoever I need, whenever I find myself in difficult situation, I should go through His word. I should let His word lead in my life. I should just trust in Him. I should tell Him my problems, that I should explain everything that bothers me to Him, that He is there to always hear me. When she was making all these statements, I was crying. I was broken. I was crying like a baby. It was really hard for me to leave these people. That morning was the toughest morning of my life. Fast forward to my arrival in Philippines. Actually, I found Philippines interesting and a cool place to be. So before I left my parents, there is this phone my mom bought for me. She bought for me a beautiful big phone. Anyway, it was a beautiful phone, and I already had a phone then before she bought that one, but that one was just like a gift she got for me. So after 3 weeks of being in Philippines, the two phone lost. I lost the two phone. I don't know how it happened, but all I know is that I couldn't find the two phone anymore. They missed at the same time, at the same minute, at the same hour. That was the beginning of my wilderness experience. Not only that, my two accounts that I had then was locked up. I couldn't access my account anymore. The money that was in account, I couldn't access it. I couldn't do anything anymore. I can't even withdraw, nothing. No way to withdraw, no way to contact. It was through the help of friends that I was able to survive that period of my life. It was just the beginning of my wilderness experience, my first encounter in the Philippines. But thank God for the friends God planted around me. They helped me through the period of my life. Back then, when all these were happening, I wasn't up to 20 years then. I was devastated. I was frustrated. At that point in my life, God began to speak. God told me that this is it. That this is the beginning of my journey with you. That your parents has already played their role as dad and mom. They have played their role, but now is the time for you to trust me. It is time for you to depend on me. It is time for you to know that I am the one in charge of this journey. It is between me and you now. Dad is not here, mom is not here. It's just me and you. Just learn to trust me, learn to depend on me. That all these things happen just to get my attention, to know that my dad or my mom is not everything to me, but him. He is the center and he is the head of my life, that I should trust him through this journey. That this happens so that I can lean on him and depend on him. Maybe you, this person watching this video right now, you are going through the darkest period of your life. You are going through the wilderness experience of your life. At this point in your life, you don't even know where to go from where you are. Everything is just going wrong. You can't even explain it. There are some certain things when it's happening, you can't even explain it. If you ask me the way I missed my two phones, I can't explain it. But the phone just missed at the same time, at the same place. Phone I had with me, they were just closer to me, but all of a sudden I couldn't find them. It was mysterious. There are some certain things you can't even explain them. Maybe you are at that point in your life, you can't even explain what is going on in your life. But I want to let you know that God has not forsaken you. God has not abandoned you. But God is trying to let you know that you should learn to trust in him. Depend on him. Learn to take him as your father. He's just trying to let you know that he is your father. Learn to trust him. Do not trust in any man. Do not trust in any woman, even in your parents. Do not fully depend on them. God is your father. Depend on him. He's trying to let you build your trust in him. That was when I knew that my journey is a journey of faith. I have to learn to trust God as I journey through life. Trust God, depend on him. Trust God, depend on him, because at times God will disconnect us from people we love so much just to train us to have some attribute, to have some characteristics, and to learn to trust him more, to depend on him more. He disconnects us from people we love so much, so he will teach us his way, so that we'll come to know God for ourselves. It's a journey of faith. Just know that at times our journey is a journey of faith, and we should learn to have faith in God. From this particular episode of my wilderness experience, I would like to tell us what it taught me. Number one, it taught me to cling on God. It taught me to trust God more. It taught me to totally dedicate my life to Him and to live by faith on daily. So guys, we're already coming to the end of this particular episode, and I do hope you learn one or two things from my story. And in my subsequent episode, I'll be sharing other of my wilderness experience because I have a lot of them. I'll be sharing it with you guys. So if you find this story inspiring, interesting, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Hit on the notification bell to always get notified anytime I drop new video. And please feel free to share my video to your friends, to your family members, to your loved ones. And thank you so much for doing that. I still remember myself, much blessing, and I hope to talk to you soon in my next one.